Yes, so this is the Escape from Goblin Town terrain. Two sets of it, but not the stuff where you can like build on top of one another sort of thing. And here it is just laid out in a kind of rough configuration of trying to put a shanty docks layout together. You can see I've taken like multiple pieces and tried to sell it. The idea being that maybe this line here would be the land. So in that mode of thinking, yeah, maybe it goes out like that, and maybe another side of a land as well. But the thinking is that I would need some sort of like tray or whatever to do a resin pour, and that being the case, this works out in this configuration the terrain reaching to 69 centimeters that way by 51 centimeters that way, and again in this configuration. So that's one approximate outlay. And if I had some sort of really shallow tray to sit sort of here under it all, so but that's going to not like push it all up. Obviously, it would want to fill all this in with water, and I'd want to get ships and dinghies and like lay all that stuff out sort of here and there and whatever, like across there, and all as like mountable terrain. I don't know how it's going to work, and I don't quite know how I'm going to do it, because this too needs to obviously adjoin to the docks, the rest of the docks land that would go across, that would have all the shanty stuff on and cranes and all the other stuff that's there as the other features of the docks. This is kind of, that this is the front water line of it, but how it's going to give way, because if it's a lipped thing, obviously to take a resin pour, then the lip's got to be small enough to fit under all of these bits, which isn't so bad in that, they're on legs, they're on stilts, but it would need to be no higher than that, obviously, because it will be lifting it off. And also I've got to think a little bit about how any potential lip would then meet the other sheets that I'm going to put here. So I'm going to follow it on with some sheets. In fact, let's show you real quick kind of sheets. This sort of thing. Yeah. So this came in like double the size of how you see it now. And what is this? This is cue board. So I grabbed some of this and I got it chopped in two, so I can work from these squares, and it's really rigid to build up from, but it's not stupid heavy or anything, so I can kind of work with that. But there we go, because it's still the difference between a lip and where it would meet the land is going to be maybe an issue, and any kind of tray that I would then put it in, I know I could maybe shave the end off the tray once the resin has dried. That might work to some extent. I don't know if I'm going to damage it. Try and shave a way down into the resin if that's what would be needed, or if basically a second sheet to raise the line of all the ground once we get here, underneath everything that goes this way. But then it would have to heighten everything, basically. So I'd have to put other boards underneath that board that I just showed you, which, as you saw, is very thin. Anyway, to thus lower this line, and thus lower the water line, so that everything could work out, so that it could be like a stepped thing. That might be possible. Anyway, those are the kind of things I'm considering. If you've got any ideas on that, then please do let me know. Right, see you at the next one.